Yay Networks.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to This Is Life. My name is Heather Lindsay, and this is my amazing guest.
Hi, I'm Sybil.
Yes, and she's from
the Great Girlfriends podcast.
Yeah, make sure you guys check it out because it's amazing. She's amazing. You have to, if you're just checking out this podcast, you need to go ahead and check the last episode.
Oh my goodness.
Where we talked about what you do when your friend screws you. Yay. And we're going to keep talking. We're going to go a little bit deeper. A little deeper today.
Girl, you're all in my therapy bucket today. I'm like, oh my God, I'm in therapy.
Right. So, last week we just talked about first getting our foundation right and recognizing, is this person the right soil, or is this person supposed to be in my life?
Yeah.
I think my first reaction when somebody hurts me is first I like to measure what type of friendship we have.
Yeah.
I have 3 different courts that I put people in. That holies of holies, that's my best friend. Yeah. My husband. The middle one is like my inner court, my really good friends. You have my number. We do life, we vacation, but you don't know all my business, And then there's that outer court, and it's just like, me from social media. We follow each other. Right. So sometimes I feel like we have expectations of outer court friends in the inner court, or even the holies of holies, or maybe the inner court friend who's a good friend, but now you have expectations of a best friend, right? So for me, when I put people in categories, it helps me for expectations. Yeah. But even with my best friend, I don't even put expectations on her. Yeah. Because she's human and she's not perfect. Yeah. But I still subconsciously, she's been my best friend for over 20 years. We got each other's back. And she said to me the other day, she said, I'll never question you ever in life. She's like, because I know you, I know your heart, I know who you are. Yes. Like, it's that type of friend, right?
Come on, bestie.
Right.
I love that statement. Yeah.
But when you put people in categories and the inner court friend starts turning up, you can start going through the recipe of what you need to do to how to deal with it. So tell me, what do you do? How do you deal with the turn up friend in the inner court?
That is so funny you say that. So you use the specific word that my husband Kwaku said to me the other day. He said, sometimes you can over-categorize people.
Come on.
And I was like, ew, because it's so true. Because sometimes you have this, you see the potential of a relationship and you go ahead 100%. And label them deeper than they have.
That's a word.
But you don't have the certification. You don't have the qualification or receipts on that relationship just yet. Child. And so you can over-categorize. So and most of the time, when you start to see someone, when someone has hurt you or let you down or disappointed you with their character, it's not the first time you've seen that character out of them. It's not. It's just the most amplified experience of that one thing. It all starts with a seed, like, oh, she's a little selfish here. Oh, you real selfish.
Or you see them burn somebody else really bad, and they trying to get advice from you. And you're like, no, I watched you burn.
I watched you burn, and now I see you out here burning again.
You're burning me.
Yeah. And you're like, okay, you weren't exactly victim in that scenario. Got it. So there are those moments come up, and I feel like we forget that we are having this human experience.
We are.
And if we come into these relationships going, what's her brand of humanity? Like, what is Heather's brand of humanity? I know it. I can call it out. Like, I know your brand of humanity because I have this experience with you. Someone from social media might perceive your humanity different.
Yeah, for a long time they called it fake. They were just like, she's fake. There's no way she's happy.
Fake.
She
and
acts
all these
perfect.
Things. Is she really what she says she is? And all these things. And they can over-categorize you and expect you to be all the things that they think you are versus accepting you for the humanity that you really have to offer. So when you come in saying, what is this person's brand of humanity? What is that friendship profile going to look like? Yeah. Well, if I know you're kind, if I know you're loving, you're honorable, if I know, I've never fed you chicken nor have I offered, but I have eaten it in front of you. But that's because you have just been consistent in your values. Yeah. If I can see your values, I can see your friendship.
Yeah. That's good. That's so good.
I can see your friendship. I can see, and how do I see your values? I see your values in your actions. Yeah. In the way you show up in small choices, whether it's saying thank you at Dwayne Reed when you get a receipt, whether it's seeing a shirt on the floor in the store or that you knocked over and you not picking it up, or you breaking something and not taking responsibility for it, or you calling with a mood, or I can see it. And so it's important that we pay attention. And when people are human, give them permission to be human. Now, that profile has to match my life. It has to match what I want to see out of a relationship, right? I got to know that how you respond to your mistakes will be reflected in how you respond in relationship with me. That's Meaning, good. If you don't own your mistakes when I see you doing them in JCPenney, you're not going to own it when you step on my toe. So I already know not to expect.
It's a foundation of being a victim.
Yes, and that's in your values, and that shows up in your actions. So I think sometimes we got to create an internal system that says, well, how is that behavior going to show up in relationship with me? Everything I can say for you, everything that you love, you have poured into other people from all your eating ways, all your habits, She texted me, "You want some sea moss?" I said, "No,
I was gonna bring her
thank
sea
you."
moss today because sea moss helps heal on the cellular level.
Sea moss. You want some sea moss? Yeah, and I like sea moss, but that day I didn't want it. I was like, "No, thank you, Heather. I don't want sea moss, but thank you." But that's you being you.
Yeah, and I didn't get offended.
And that's a pour.
I said more sea moss for me.
Yeah. But when the hurt part comes in a relationship, my responsibility, I figured this out when I went through a severe fracture in friendship. Broke me down, wounded me. It felt like a divorce. I never had a divorce, so please pardon me for divorcees who are like, girl, you don't know. You're right, I don't know. It was a friendship divorce, but I was like, if divorce feels like this, geez, this is pain. Yeah. And God gave me a response, which was, I love you, I bless you, I forgive you.
That's good.
I said that in the most tumultuous of times, like when my heart was just split in.
I remember it. I know exactly what you're talking about, girl.
Over and over and over.
I remember it.
Until it became real. Yeah. Until it became true.
It was like by faith.
I said it by faith. I planted that as a seed into my own soil because I want to be able to offer that to myself when I need it, because this relationship is first, right? Well, with God is first, but this is the primary. Yeah. Can you love, bless yours, and forgive yourself when you make mistakes? Then I can offer that when friends slip. So they don't even have to ask for it because I'm just giving it. I love you, I bless you, I forgive you. So whatever you did doesn't matter to me anymore.
It is what it is.
And I'm ready to go hang out again if you're able to move forward from your mistake. Yeah. But again, it shows up sometimes. If you carry guilt, if you're a person who carries guilt and you carry condemnation and you have not loved, blessed, and forgiven yourself, when you show up in friendships, you don't know how to recover from pain and heartache.
Yeah.
You just don't.
That's real.
You haven't practiced it at all.
That's real.
So I got on the phone with a friend who had a conflict, and I was probably a little too lighthearted for the conversation, honestly. Because I was like, because I'm thinking, well, this is a simple fix. Because when I tell you, I really try to keep it moving. I'm like, girl, you gonna make mistakes. When I found out I was human, it set me free from condemnation. It literally, I was like, I'm free because I'm human and I'm gonna make mistakes. Jesus died for me, so I'm straight. So I leave it there. But so it makes me lighthearted in conflict because I'm like, this is something that can be resolved. Let's resolve. But I realized she was weighted because she hasn't found that place of freedom yet. And so my light heart probably came off offensive. Like, how's she going to be lighthearted? And I'm out here being, having an issue. And I'm like, because an issue can be solved, right?
Yeah.
Love, bless, forgive. But that's my model. And her model says something different. So, I won't ever stop being who I am. My system allows me to just love, bless, forgive. It gives me the space to pardon certain things. Certain things with heightened awareness that they're now things that I'm pardoning, right? But it also creates space for me to open up to new people, understanding that we're having a human experience.
No, that's good. That's so good. I love that. That's your first thought.
Yeah, it's new. When that happened, and that took a lot of me repeating that and crying through it. And
for sure.
And then I was able to text it. You know what? I love you. I bless you. I forgive you. And now we friends. What about that? Restoration. I mean, that doesn't always happen, but we're able to get there.
I think some relationships deserve that conversation.
Yes.
Because I feel like there's this silent ghosting that's happening with friends that has been going on forever, where everybody just gets quiet and silent and everybody just goes their own way. And we're just like, oh, we just went our own way. But some friendships, I won't let that happen. Yeah. I'm going to call you and confront. I hated confrontation until I met my husband. My husband loves to confront and talk it out. And for him, it's not aggressive.
Right. It's communication.
It's communication.
Yeah.
But to me, back in the day, I looked at it as like I don't like conflict. I don't like drama.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, no, you're my friend. What was that? Yo, that hurt.
Yeah.
Like, that was painful. Yeah. So I went through a situation where I had a friend turn on me really hardcore, and I love them. And I literally, my whole focus of our friendship was to bless them. And like, how can I help you? How can I make your life better? How can I serve you better? That was really my mindset. You know how I am as a friend. So when they burned me, I was confused.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, did we not have the same position description as a friend? Like,
are we right?
Our descriptions are different. Like, your idea as a friend, my idea as a friend is you stick closer than a brother.
Right.
Like, my idea is biblical. Like, I'm gonna ride out with you.
Yeah.
period. And
we'll figure it out. We gonna ride.
If you are wrong and you can be honest in your humanity and we can talk it out. We say you did something really crazy. Another friend did something crazy. I'm not going to leave you because you're hurting. Like, no, I'm going to run to you.
You need me more. Yeah.
You need me more right now to support you and be behind you.
Yeah.
So when that friend did me dirty, I was like, wow, that hurt. So it took me a few days to process. And then I reached out. And I said, hey, I think we need to talk. And we need to talk this out because we're not on the same page as our friendship. And I'm going to tell you how that conversation went right after this break. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp because they're absolutely amazing. All right, y'all, I've been talking about BetterHelp since forever. I go to therapy on a regular basis, and it's so good. And we love BetterHelp because it's virtual, it's convenient, it's online. But I just love the convenience of it. I can get on the phone. I can talk to somebody within 24 hours. They can respond to my chats. They help you deal with suicide, depression, anxiety, fear, anything that you might be struggling with, you know? And I think sometimes we can get so caught up, especially as women, and what everybody else has going on that we forget about ourselves and our own needs and the things that we need to work through ourselves. So that's why I love therapy. It's like a facial for your soul, I think.
That's so good.
To work through your stuff. Okay, so if you're thinking about starting therapy, I want you guys to try BetterHelp. They're amazing. You can find more balance with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Lindsay's today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Lindsay's. All right. So, let me tell you how the conversation went.
Yes, girl, because I'm sitting here like, what happened next?
So I called her, and she was honest and said what she did to hurt me. She admitted to it, and then she admitted that it was wrong, and she had shared that like God showed her a dream that she was wrong and that I was right, and how she should have pretty much not did me dirty, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, that's fine. I said, but that really hurt. That hurt.
Yeah.
Like, you know me.
Yeah.
Like, we've been friends for a long time. And if you ever had a question about my character, you can just call me. Like, you can just pick up the phone. Like, you've been to my house.
Right.
We celebrate like our kids' stuff together. Like, you're my friend. Like, just hit me up. I'm an open book. People that know me know I'm an open book.
And you're like, how many phone calls we have between moment and moment that you could
Thank you. That you could have just
talked
picked
about
up the
other
phone.
stuff. We could have been talking about this.
Right. And I have this mindset where I just believe the best over people. Like, I just believe the best. And I think the danger comes into play when you expect people to love you the way that you love them. And you're like, I expected for you to respond to the situation the way that I did. And when that friend doesn't do that, then expectations, there's that letdown. Right. Absolutely. I have these expectations, and now disappointment comes in because I feel like you didn't respond to the situation like I would have.
Right.
I would have protected. I would have loved. I would have supported. I would have been behind you.
Yeah.
Right? So we continued to talk, and she apologized. And, we said we're going to rebuild and try to work on the relationship. And I haven't talked to her since.
Wow.
Yeah. It's so crazy because I feel like I'm the one that reached out to you.
Yeah.
And you did me dirty. And you agreed that you did me dirty.
Yeah.
But you still did not even attempt to work on the friendship. So I feel like after you've been burned by a friend and you guys get on the same page, the Bible says if you have aught against your brother or sister, you go talk to them. And I do that. I'll pull up. I'll talk to you in 2.2 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind confrontation now. I love it for clarity, for healing. But if we're going to rebuild a relationships, now we got to start all over.
Yeah.
We have some experience.
Yeah,
but
we starting fresh on the playground.
We starting fresh on the playground.
Lunch.
Honey.
Hey, can we do this? What can we do together?
Can I trust you again? We have to rebuild trust because the trust has been broken. Because you proved to me that you don't have my best interest as a friend. And I still proved to you that I had your best interest.
Yeah. And you have to know too, Heather, because there's so many times in relationship, when I had a recent scenario, and after I went through this phone call that was just unsettling, I cried because I was like,
you should have called
even
me.
in this, I know I took a nap, girl, 4 hours. That ain't even a nap. I went to sleep. I was like, God, do this.
So she's snatching your most valuable time.
I took my whole day time.
Your time, child. We can't get
and
that time.
And I took a nap. I was like, I wanted to. You find yourself when you're doing a lot of that work in relationships, you're like, why is it that I'm supposed to come out of this the bigger person, right?
Don't you get sick of that sometimes? I'd be like, I'm tired of being a bigger person.
Why I gotta make the call? Why I gotta cause resolution? Why does it feel like I'm the therapist in the friendship? And in that relationship, it was you. And I think we have sometimes put ourselves in that position where we have gone over the ledge too many times to pull those people and didn't even know it because
didn't even realize
we were busy being love. And we were busy being the thing that we thought we wanted to be, excuse me. Yeah. And I know you have no regret for being who you are in relationship. I know you also have new standards around who deserves to be pulled from the other side.
100%.
Right? Because you're like, okay, boundaries. I have no regrets, but I have awareness, and now I have a new standard.
From experience.
Yep. And my new standard says that there are certain qualifications. Before I go pulling, I have to have a certain qualifications in place with you. Because sometimes somebody else is supposed to pull you and it wasn't supposed to be me. And maybe sometimes I was just out of my love for humans pulling you because you're a human and needed help. And now you have that awareness to go, all right, I'm gonna leave a little space and time and let you pull yourself first. And then you can, because you deserve to experience love in abundance in relationship. Sure. You deserve to have quality, long-standing love and generosity. And oftentimes that's most reflected in how people fight for you.
100%.
How they advocate for loving you. I'm at a space now, my grown woman self, I'm like, I really, in my maturity in relationship, have come to the space where I've given myself permission to ask that you fight for me. If you think I'm your friend, that you put on gloves and you do your emotional fight first. I don't want you in the streets. I don't want you going to jail. We're not physically fighting.
Right.
But you advocate for my character at its highest level because you had access to it in good, bad, ugly times. And if you can't fight for me, then I know. Even and some people could be great people, but they don't have the fight in them. Then they can't be my friend in close proximity, unfortunately, because I need fighters. Yeah. I need to know likewise. I need to know that I'm on your prayer list. That's fighting. That's because this is all spiritual. Let's get straight up about it.
100%.
I need to know that in your fight for me, you're going to, at a spiritual level, go hard for me. Yeah. And then come up from your knees and be like, all right, friend, I got a strategy. Or this is what I want to do. Or let me just sit with you in a parking lot. Let's cry. Let's lean, whatever. But don't abandon me when you think that I'm weak. Yeah. That is like ease. That's kindergartners can do that. We're at a level of, we are in the grown zone of life. And also, as Heather, as you and I are teaching our daughters how to be women in relationships, because they're getting experiences now in elementary, right?
It's like second grade drama every day.
I mean, they are hitting some issues. I'm like, yo, was it like this when I was a kid? I don't know, but maybe I don't know. It's just a different breed. I don't know, but we have to teach them these things, and the more we teach them, the more we're educated on who we need to be. My tolerance 100%. for the things that one of my friends said, I used to treat friendship like a Salvation Army, right? And it was a compliment in my 20s, right? I was like, oh, thank you, because I want to love everybody and I want to be available.
Oh, girl, that's me.
You know what I mean? Me. And I was like, thank you. And now that I'm over 40, come on.
You don't look it, though. You look good, honey.
But now that I'm over 40, I'm like, I don't want the Salvation Army. I kind of want the Conrad of friendship. I really do. I want
like, are we gonna ride out for each other? Like, are we gonna be there for each other? Because that's when it matters the most.
It's a premium now. It is, because I'm doing life stuff that is not what I was doing before, and I need a quality that can sustain in these seasons. Not whatever the season is.
And that friend is not welcome in my life anymore. Yeah, I love you. I've forgiven her. Like when I say we talked it out, I forgave her before it even happened. Yeah. When it happened, I said, I'm releasing this to you, God. But I said, Lord, help me to see her the way you see her. Yes. Like I want to really love her. Yeah. But at the same time, understand now I have boundaries with you, because you've proven to me by your actions, by your fruit, that you're not a good friend. Yeah. And I have to believe it when I see it. Yeah. Because I so bad want to believe the best about people, I will let them burn me all the way down. Yeah. Yeah. So I learned, like, okay, I release you, I forgive you, but now I have a boundary up that says you had a place in my life where we were very good friends, but that spot's gone now because you've proven to me your heart towards me, and I believe it. And I'm not going to question it and wonder. I feel like if you have to do all that, like you got your answer. That's not your friend.
That is the answer right there.
That's not your friend.
And that's the
Friends
catch.
don't do that.
That's somebody else's great girlfriend. It really is. Like she's got another set of people that will be that, but this one is just not the space for her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's okay. That's okay, and it's actually mature, and it's still friendship to release when it's time.
Exactly.
That's still being friendly, because if you held her hostage, you would have been punishing her. And you wouldn't have been able to give her the quality that you wanted to offer her. Yeah. Have you ever been the burner in a friendship?
I'm sure I have.
Yeah.
I'm human, so I'm pretty sure I have. But the thing is, I'm very self-aware. Yeah. I'm very hard on myself.
Yeah.
Honestly, after my 20s, I would say no. But before my 20s, probably in college, you know, especially when I wasn't saved, I was reckless. I just was reckless out here. So before Jesus, pre-Jesus, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Lord's given me a self-awareness, like of how I'm treating people. Like I was never a mean girl. Like I don't want to hurt your feelings. Like I want to love you. Like you got enough battles to fight already. Like I don't want to be that person that starts a new battle for you, a new struggle for you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think that there's times where I have to respond harshly to hard situations of somebody trying to twist things or something where I'm like, no, that's not true. You know, that's not true. You know what I mean? But as far as being the initiator, I'm not an initiator for burning people.
Yeah.
I'm just not. Like, I want to love people and I want to help them, and this life is but a vapor. And I'm not about to be up here turning up, because I got to stand before Jesus one day. Yeah. I want to make sure that I don't have blood on my hands of people I turned away from him. Yeah. People know I'm a Christian. I'm very open about my faith in Jesus and how I live for him. Like, I don't want to be that person where I spend my whole life burning. Like that. Yeah. That doesn't even come from good soil. No. I got good soil, and I know I do. Okay. What about you? Have you ever been the burner?
For sure. I know I have when I was more emotional immature. Like when I didn't have the maturity, when I had low emotional intelligence, when I missed, because old me, pre-Jesus,
honey,
well, even early Jesus, early Jesus too. Like my early Jesus days could be very dismissive of people's emotions. Same. Because I didn't understand the big deal sometimes, and so I was probably unavailable in a lot of ways. If that was ever me to you, I apologize, but I know that that's possible.
Of course,
and
we're human,
right? And then in those spaces, I feel like I actually had one friend to tell me, she was like, "I really needed you, and you weren't there," and I was like, I didn't think I was supposed to be the friend that should have been there. I didn't think we were close enough, right? So I felt like somebody else should have been.
That happened after I got married.
I was like, ooh, somebody else is supposed to be I'm not supposed to be your 911 because we're not there yet. And I was okay with that, but she wasn't. And she felt hurt by that. And I said, I apologize that I was I'm not able to be that person to you. I know very clearly that my life won't allow me to be that to you. And I apologize for that. And I had to create a gap. And because she was very let down by that response. And since then, it's been probably 15, 20 years. I have learned to make very clear boundaries around, or I'll ask people, so who's your 911? Like, who you call when you're going through, because it's not me. So like, I'm like, who are you?
You need to know. They be like, it's you. And you're like, no, it's not.
Not me.
That actually happened after I got married. A girl, from our old church was really upset with me because she felt like I wasn't there for her. And I said, I'm so sorry. I did not know you had this.
I'm not the there person.
I was like, I'm a newlywed. Like, I'm trying to hold my marriage and my life there. We moved to a new state. Like we're starting ministry.
Yes.
I'm so sorry I couldn't be there for you the time, like when I was single.
Right.
And I'm sorry. Like, I'm not there. And she was very upset by that. I remember sending her like a marriage gift and all that stuff, but our relationship just kind of drifted because she's like, you weren't there. And I apologized, but it just drifted. So she probably is watching this like, she's the burner. She burned me. But I love you, girl. You can call me at any point. I am here for you, girl. I got kids. I be tired. I'm married.
Because that happens. It's like when life starts layering and things, and you like have responsibilities that take inner
That's
court.
a word.
Husband take inner. Kids take inner. Like all the inners.
People have those expectations.
Yeah. And
don't do that. Don't do that. If I don't text you back, it's not that I don't love you. I'm just like, I have 3 screaming kids that need food that I'm trying to work. I'm managing multiple projects, traveling, like
I
trying to keep up with friends.
I sent you a mental text.
But you know what I love? I know, right? I love low maintenance friendships.
Yes.
Like I can pull up.
We hop in the car and be like, where we go?
Right.
And it's just that.
I won't talk to you for a month. No. She lived down the street.
Down the street.
And I love her to life and I want to hang out every day, but I can't and she can't. We got our kids running in different directions.
Yes.
But she knows if she could, we would hang out all the time.
All the time. And when we get together, it's like, let's hang. It's just immediately hang. You know who does the best job of planning out of all of our group?
Who?
Logan.
You're right.
Logan Lindsay will call me directly. Hi, Sybil. Hi. I mean, and it's straight to the business.
Logan
He's like, listen, where are the
you?
kids this weekend? Like, he
Are
will
you
check
serious?
with me. Logan calls me, girl.
I didn't know that.
Yes. I'll be like, guys, it's Logan. Quiet. I know he's not calling for me. He's calling for the kids.
Yeah.
But he does it.
He does update me on what's going on with the kids. I know. He's so
Logan.
Logan is me.
Logan does it.
Like back in the day before kids.
Oh, yeah. Heather be like, so I'm doing a slumber party tonight. I'm going to have like 100 women in my apartment and it's going to be so much fun. And we're all doing smoothies. And, you should come. I'll be like, I'm coming at the end. There's a lot of women and I'm married and like, I want to go home. But I'm going to come by the end.
You would come by. You would pull up just to support.
Hey, everyone.
And
Lots
you'd
of
be
women.
like,
I'm like, I got to go.
Adios. That is funny.
Oh,
but
God.
I am so thankful for you. Tell us how we can find you all over social media so
my
y'all can follow her
gosh,
ASAP.
Yes, you have to get into the Great Girlfriends. It's so special. Heather is one of the one of my model girlfriends, and she is like one of the examples of what great girlfriendship is about.
Sweet.
You are, girl. You the pocket. Like it's like
you're sweet.
It's so much love and just safety. Oh, and that's what The Great Girlfriends is all about. So thegreatgirlfriends.com, you can go listen. There's over 400 episodes of the podcast. It's great. The Facebook community is there. The Great Girlfriends
I'm
group.
in the Facebook community
yes,
too.
Girl,
I love it.
Have fun. Facebook, Instagram, The Great Girlfriends, and then me at Sybil_AMUTI.
Thank you for being
here.
Yes,
and find me at Heather's house in the pool, in the backyard.
Yes, come over, get in the pool, honey. We've been in the pool all week. It's been amazing.
I love it.
You.
I love you so much. My heart.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.